Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart. It's the new moon, 22nd of May 2020, at 18:38 British summer time, set for London. Now, I'm using whole signs as the houses. For those who follow me, you know that I do this. And here we have Moon, Sun, Venus, Mercury, all in the sign of Gemini. So this is a big shift from Taurus, where the sun's been travelling over the last month, and now it's all about communication. Gemini is the sign of the twins, duality, flexibility, that ability to communicate with others. It's an air sign, and like air circulates. So Geminis are known for their ability to network, communicate, often journalists, and also, writers, anyone who uses words. And it's a very important new moon because Venus and Mercury are also, if you notice, side by side. That's quite rare that occurs. So there's beauty in the air. Venus is beauty, is love. We've got a lot of retrograde planets. Venus is retrograde now and will stay around that part of the sky right until August. We have difficulties. Nothing's ever as sweet and positive as it could be. And the difficulties, if you notice the red line, is coming from Mars. Mars is now in Pisces. First of all, I look at the positives. We do have Saturn in the air sign Aquarius, and that's making a good flow of energy to that new moon. Jupiter's not far behind, as is Pluto. So we do have the ability to be constructive, to have discipline in our lives. That's what Saturn offers us. It loves the sign of Aquarius. Pluto has been in Capricorn for a long time, so nothing's new there. But also notice the three of them altogether are now retrograde. We are coming also, here's the south node of the moon and the north node of the moon. They go backwards through the zodiac and they signify eclipses. Now we get the first lunar eclipse is going to occur at the full moon, and then the next solar eclipse will be just around the time of the summer solstice. So really important. The problems are from Mars and also Neptune. Now, here's Neptune down here, 20 degrees of Pisces in its own sign. Venus and Mercury are also at 20 degrees, and there's a conflict going on. We want to be able to communicate, and Mercury loves the sign of Gemini. It's very good there, positive, but Neptune is nebulous. Think of it as nebulous, Neptune, nebulous, god of the sea, the mist, the fog. Clarity is missing. It can be the spin of taking the message and twisting it, making it unreal. Neptune is also illusion. Fantasy is another key word for Neptune. Great when it's applied to the movie industry, theatre, music, art. That's all Neptune in Pisces, to take us into a higher realm, that of the divine. That's the positive quality, but it's also escapism. Now, Mars, as you can see, Mars here is going to be moving, and it will join Neptune. Neptune's very, very slow, but Mars is going to be with Neptune, and that's I put 13th of June. That's happening. Now, before then, the Sun will also make a right angle square. That's on the 6th of June. June is a difficult month in regards to that lunar eclipse at the full moon, and then, of course, Mars going through Pisces. Mars doesn't like Pisces. It's not happy there, all right? And it can be, I always think of Pisces as the Mississippi River. I remember that in geography, it meanders, doesn't it? That's the nature of it. It's not clear. Mars likes a clear path. The good news will be at the end of the month, because by the end of June, Mars will then be in its own sign of Aries for approximately 6 weeks. Then we get the go-ahead. Then we get the action. Then we have rejuvenation, being reinvigorated. Sure enough, Chiron is in Aries. However, Mars is strong there, and Mars can fight. We need Mars to fight our battles for us. Good days for meditation this month. That connection of Venus and the Sun, on the 3rd of June, they join. So this Venus now retrograding is going to be disappearing from the night sky, and then joins the Sun, retrogrades back, and then will reappear as a morning star. Venus is about love. Venus brings beauty into our lives. So when it joins that Sun on the 3rd of June, it's a very good day for you, all of us, to look at beauty, look at self-love. What is it that delights us? That Gemini quality is the twins. The constellation symbol of Gemini is actually 2, literally 2. It's like a gateway, a path. And it's apparently the ancients would believe that the soul incarnated through the sign of Gemini, and it left through the sign of Scorpio. Those 2 signs are the only signs of the zodiac that go across the Milky Way. So that's something to contemplate. That eclipse season begins on the 5th of June. That's that lunar eclipse. The other very potent day for meditation is the 13th of June, and that's when Mars joins Neptune. So bear in mind those 2 dates. We have, with this Neptune energy, we can either move up to the divine and also use the power of prayer. Caroline Myss wrote today as a wonderful video that I watched right to the end, and I include it in this newsletter because she talks about grace and she talks about the power of prayer. And that to me is a really important principle at this time of all of us going through this pandemic. It's so easy to get lost in this feeling of isolation. When will it end? The confusion that the media are giving us. So I highly recommend that you watch it. She says, heaven is your ally. Heaven is your ally. So to keep in contact with friends, to avoid unnecessarily buying into all the conspiracy theories that are going around the media, and look for the hope and the friendship of others. And then Neptune does become your ally. Music, the gift of love, I recommended it last month, same again. The beautiful poetry of Rumi, the mystics. So on that note, I leave you and say, let Mercury in Gemini be logical, left brain. It is the messenger archetype. It's fast moving. It's also the angel. These are wonderful qualities. And for something that you might want to catch on TV, wherever it is, Good Omens. If you haven't watched it, it's delightful. It's from the book, from a book. You can buy the book. But it's about an angel and a demon and how they become best friends, bromance, played by Michael Sheen and David Tennant. It's absolutely delightful. And it keeps you guessing. It's well scripted. And that to me is Gemini, of the light and the dark becoming friends. Just think about that, how wonderful that can be. So take care, be safe, and thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com.